Tonight on WNN, our senior political analyst Eric Onsager has an exclusive interview with George W. Bush.
I'm here with presidential candidate George W. Bush.
Thank you all for joining me today in my household. Like he said, my name is George Walker Bush, and I'm here today to talk about the policies in America and abroad. And I've invited some of these mediator reporters to ask me questions, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. So we would like to start right now.
As president, how would you create more jobs for the average American?
As president, I would push for legislation giving steeper tax rebates to both the upper and lower classes. By implementing a trickle-down economics tax policy, the rich will have a greater amount of disposable income to spend on consumer goods, which will then spur an increase in jobs. With more jobs available to every American, they will see their income rise and the economy will be on its way to recovery. With this tax policy in place, it will be possible to significantly lower the national debt within 10 years and give every American the job they need.
What are your views on abortion?
I have strong views towards abortion. I do believe that whether you're unborn or born, you have right by under the law to live. And like I said, this is something I feel very strongly about, and I feel that life is precious and that every child deserves to live, and that's as simple as that. And those are my viewpoints. I know other people have different views, but as president, I will hold strong to make abortion illegal, and I just don't believe it's right.
And how would you deal with the civil war going on in Syria and their use of chemical weapons?
I do believe as America, we are the nation's police. We are the people that everyone looks as the role models. And as role models, I do believe we should take action on these people who are doing immoral things and something that we would not do in our own country. So I believe morality is the key here, and we should take action with any sort of missile strikes. And does that answer your question?
It does. And what policy would you take towards gun control?
Have you looked behind me, sir? But gun control, I do believe that every man should have the right to own a gun. I believe that they should be easily available, and when you pay for a gun, you should be easily receivable to have a gun. But I do believe that there should be better background checks for people that want to own a gun. I don't believe that any random psychopath should be owning a gun, but I think the law is great how it is, and maybe a little more background checking, but people should own guns. You know, it's part of life, it's part of the American way, and it's in our Constitution.
How do you feel about raising the debt ceiling and the government shutdown?
If I were elected president, there would be no fight for the debt ceiling. I would be fiscally responsible, and I would put an end to this irresponsible big government spending that has dominated us over the past 8 years. As president, I'll focus on creating a more fiscally efficient system that will allow the federal government to cut back down on some of its funding. And as goes for the government shutdown, it's never a good thing when the government shut down. That's obvious. I hope the government that is in place today can figure it out as soon as possible and compromise the best of their abilities, because America does not function correctly and does not function fluidly when a government is not put in place. Thank you all for joining me today. Make sure you go visit the polls soon. My name is George W. Bush, and remember, the W is for win.
What is your opinion of your opponents, Mr. Bush?
Well, Gore, I beat you once already, you tree-hugging sissy. And Bobby, Not only are you blood brothers with Johnny, but you're Eskimo brothers as well. Shout out to Marilyn Monroe. And Reagan, I like you as a politician, but you sure as hell ain't no Clint Eastwood when it comes to acting.
Mr. Bush, do you know why we vote on Tuesdays?
Well, Saturday the Longhorns play. Sunday is the Lord's Day. And Monday, there's a 1 in 32 chance that the Cowboys are on. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we vote on Tuesdays.
Sir, here are the Cowboy results.
Damn you, Peyton Manning! How did my fantasy team do?
Well, sir, you scored a total of 101 against the communist team Kim Jong-un to 130. You lost.
How does raisin taste, Bushy?
Shut up!
Hello, Mr. Bush. Would you like some authentic tortilla chips?
Get those out of here and go cook me an 8-ounce burger with a side of freedom. Make sure there's one of those little American flag toothpicks on top of the bun. And a Pabst Blue Ribbon too for favor.
What is your opinion on No Child Left Behind?
Well, I do believe no child should be left behind. Just like every time I'm shopping for my goods in the mall, and I hear over the intercom that some lady left her son in Victoria's Secret, I tear up a little bit. But it's a policy that I came up with and I do strongly believe in. And I believe that the implementation that it's brought has been great for this country.
What is your stance on the civil war in Syria?
What did you say?
The civil war in Syria.
What the hell is that?
Here, sir.
Oh, dang, Nevin, I thought that was Syria. Do they got oil?
Yes, sir.
What about WMDs?
We believe they have weapons, sir.
Dang, Nevin, what are we doing flapping our jabs around here? Let's get moving, boys!
Oh, look, there's one. Oh shit. Ah.
Goddamn, partner, you alright?
No. Shot me in the leg.
I'm sorry, that was a dick move. No pun intended.